What's up, you all? Hope you guys are doing well.
Yes.
This is Linc and Veve. Once again, we thank you guys for being part of this journey. We thank you guys for listening to our topics and commenting and loving and sharing and subscribing. You are amazing.
You're just the best. Thank you so much.
As amazing as this woman right here. Yeah. No, I love. Actually, I do love her hair. I always like Yvette's hair. When she twists it, whether she lays it low, whether she just every time she does, looks lovely. This was yesterday. We had a wedding yesterday. We were singing at a wedding.
Yes, we were.
So this is special wedding hair. Hey, it's amazing hair.
Yes, but I have dreadlocks, so I don't have so many things to do with it.
Dreadlocks. Meanwhile, I didn't think I'd marry a girl with dreadlocks. No, honestly, I didn't. For real. But somehow, Veve made me love dreadlocks. Actually, surprisingly, I didn't even know there were dreadlocks until much later. This was natural hair, but somehow she dreaded it. She dreaded it. Dreaded it. And I've so far loved dreadlocks.
Actually, I've not had Lincoln talk about dreadlocks.
Yeah,
so
it's a special day.
This has come up.
It's a special day, but I've told you I love your hair.
Did you
right?
think I was a Rasta?
Actually, my relatives must have said, this guy is getting married to a Rasta. But
We should
Rasta,
ask them.
yeah, but I mean, what's wrong with a Rasta? Yeah, she's my Rastafarian.
But I'm not a Rastafarian.
Hey guys, how are you? How are you guys? We're very excited to be here today, and very, 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 very excited. Meanwhile,
Yes.
Just to let you guys know, the pictures you're seeing right now are from the wedding we had yesterday. Man, we had a very amazing event, and if you guys have not followed our Facebook to see some of the things that we do, lip sync videos, please pass by Facebook and check them out.
Yes.
And now you guys have been reading your comments, amazing comments. Thanks so much for the love that you guys have been sharing with us.
Yes.
And from your comments, there's so many things we have actually devolved from those comments. We've been hearing you guys talk about, ask questions about Linc and Veve, about marriage. We are only really just 5 years into our marriage. We're not the best experts on marriage, but like we always say, we have tried to do the best.
We've tried to do the best, and we just share the things that we are applying.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's a whole journey of learning and experiencing different things, going through different challenges and coming out of them triumphantly
yeah.
together.
That's true. I totally believe you.
And that's why we also love comments from people who have been there much longer.
It feels good.
Yeah, and people who have been there less, but they've experienced one thing or the other. It's a whole sharing thing. So that's why we're always excited to share with you. For those of you that are getting into it, and those of you that are continuing on the beautiful journey.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to be part of it, sharing with you.
Exactly. So we have so many comments. We've been wondering, when we began this YouTube channel, we had so many things we wanted to share in phases, in episodes, so we can have some sort of progression, a progressive kind of airing. And from most of them, we picked one this morning. The reason we picked it is because after reading the comment I shared with Veve, she was like, this is something we can actually talk about. So we're here to let you guys know that we read your comments and we are happy to get back to you as much as we can. So someone asked us yesterday on Facebook, is it Facebook or YouTube? I don't know.
It was on
Facebook. And they were like, how do you guys keep the spark in your relationship? You guys always seem happy. Do you guys quarrel? Do you argue? Do you get misunderstandings and stuff like that?
Yes.
Of course we do get misunderstandings, For instance, I wanted to wear red, and when I put on red, she was like, nah, why don't you do the black? Then I was like, I like red, and she was like, so we have those small, I think, misunderstandings, but disagreements. I don't know.
We also have big ones.
Yeah.
So we also have big ones.
That's true.
But Anyway, let's talk about today's topic.
Topic, yeah. So the thing is, how do you guys keep the spark?
Yes.
And we thought it was interesting. So like let's go have a chat. Actually, we wanted to plan for this chat earlier, but today somehow we were so up and down. But I was like, Veve, why don't you just sit and talk about this? It's not something that is out of the blue. It's not rocket science. It's not something we need to read about. It is just something we just need to chat, just to understand. There's so much I want to learn from her. And I hope she learns something from me today. So the question
Can't wait.
is, how do you keep the spark in your relationship? Well, guys, I'll tell you from my experience. Do you want to go first? Do you want to-
No. You're the lovey-dovey.
But you're the okay. Well, guys, how do we?
And I think you should go first because many times ladies have been known to always.
Ladies fast, baby. Ladies fast.
Okay, yes, ladies first.
Today the gentleman
But
can roll.
Lincoln. But anyway, what was
I
it?
make her speechless, as you can see. Okay, baby, speak.
Okay.
All right.
So I was trying to say that sometimes, most of the times, ladies have put so much effort in trying to put a spark in relationships, but then there are some relationships where men have actually put their foot forward to, first of all, instead of maintaining the spark, actually putting the spark and growing the spark. And I feel that's very beautiful. That's why I want Linc to
She wants
share
to
as
steal
much
my
as-
points.
yes,
Maybe
I want-
But fellas, anyway, this is it, guys. Personally, I'm going to talk from experience because that's the best teacher.
yeah.
I've experienced so much love and relationships, well, for a long time. But the things that we have done, well, when we come to this is a couple. We are a couple. We are married, and we have dated and related in so many ways. And personally, for me, let me give you an example. So, it's a busy world that we are living in now. It's
Yes.
very hard that you'll find enough time, and it's almost an agreeable excuse not to spend time with your loved one. Yeah, like there's work, like we work from 9 to 5. Then from 5, for instance, you're driving from town home, there's jam. You have to be in that jam for hours. Then you get home at 9. You have no energy to even hug this lovely lady. You love her so much.
Yeah.
But the energy, guys, after the jam from town up to home.
Yeah, or after standing from like 6
Yeah.
up to, for example, I'm a beautician, so sometimes you get clients coming in as early as 6,
At 6, yeah.
7. By the time it's 6 in the evening,
She's
You're
almost,
burnt out.
she's totally burnt out. I'm also from town. I'm burnt out like everyone. We almost don't want to face each other. But the thing is, you are dating and you need to make this fun. Because the point is, there are times in a relationship whereby you intend to actually make rekindle, I don't know how to call it, to keep the fire burning. Let me just call it our traditional way. How do you keep the fire burning in a situation like that?
yeah, even in marriages.
Yeah, in marriages. And I think we have done our best. For instance, now there's so many things that we've been discussing with Veve, like today, just brainstorming about the topic. Now she was like, Linc, how come it's easier for a guy or wherever it is to send a nice clip, or like how you share these WhatsApp things to someone
Yeah.
else, but you hardly send it to your wife? I don't know. I know where that came from, baby. I usually send you my stuff. Yeah, but that's just an example. But I think one of the things that I have tried to do is that when I'm out in the field, maybe I'm working and I land on something really nice.
Yeah.
It could be a topic on Facebook, it could be a video, it could be something. The first person I send it to is Veve. I make sure she gets it. So these things keep her happy. No, well, it's not a big deal. Yeah, to share a message, it's not a big deal.
But I feel like you actually think about me at that time and you want to make me laugh.
Yeah, I always want to make her laugh. So when I get back home, even if the day has been long, I know that there's going to be that thing we're going to talk about when we get home.
Yeah.
Maybe and every funny thing I see online, I want to share it with her.
Yeah.
Just to keep her excited or happy, or even just I'm looking through YouTube and I see this amazing song about love, anything that is beautiful, I'll send it to her.
Yeah.
So that helps a bit. It keeps the communication lines open. Maybe she knows I'm thinking about her, which is actually true, because if I wasn't thinking about her, I wouldn't have shared or wanted her to see something.
Yeah, and also it's very, very good and healthy because, like you said, when you come across something extremely exciting, the first thing you're going to do is share it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we want to share the funniest thing first. Like, I've got that news first, so I'm going to share it. Even the hot news, politics, anything. We want to always share it with people we care about. And then you'll find some people actually don't share these things with their loved ones, but they'll share with sisters, best friends, buddies, and then they just won't share these nice things with each other, and yet they sit together in the house and come back from work, and they're not actually talking about current political issues or social issues or any issues. We only get to talk about the issues inside the home and what happened, the serious family marital things, and yet all these small things actually matter.
Yeah, so I had a good point.
Definitely.
So how do you keep this man happy? How do you keep the spark on me, baby? The guys have been asking. Tell them.
Clearly, from the time we got married up to now, he looks much better than.
I think so. Actually, guys, if you saw my baby, but you loved me somehow.
Honestly, when I look at the pictures, I ask myself, what was I thinking? Because
she was seeing the future.
Now
So I'm happy. That means the spark has been working. So what have you done?
Personally, I think keeping a spark is introducing things in a marriage or a relationship that are not necessarily time consuming or things that don't need a lot of money to do. For example, for people who have extremely busy schedules, you can just make things like breakfasts, suppers, or dinners, special things. For example, if we're not able to take a good breakfast together, then we're going to wait to have dinner. Or a husband can wait for a wife to come back home, or a wife can wait for a husband to come back home and have it together. Or say, okay, today we're going to have a dinner. You can have a dinner in your home with your children, but discuss on how to make it, or plan on how to make it more special. Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing. And you know what's so interesting is this might sound strange, but when I come home and there's dinner and Veve is not home, I somehow have to wait for her. I'll take a glass of juice so that when she comes, we can sit together and eat together and just celebrate that kalito matoke and like beef and some cabbage together. So it just feels good to wait for Veve so we can have something together. Now, that necessarily does not, you're probably wondering, how does that keep the spark? Now, this is how it keeps the spark. The thing is, the small things you do to the other person, show them how much you feel about them. And the more you do them, the more they feel like you love them. And when you keep doing them, they actually become like a habit.
Yes, and they build up into something beautiful.
Yeah, it becomes like a habit. And for instance, can I give my second point?
Of course, yes.
Second point is, how do we keep Veve and I do walks in the evenings? Yeah, we do walks in the evenings, and we intentionally decide to go and have a walk. Now, if you're a couple, you know how important walks are. It's where you go to just let everything, like you just go have a talk. We plan so many things. It helps us, at least once a week, at least the most, in every Thursday, we go have a walk. It helps.
Yeah.
So we always look forward to Thursday evening because we're going to have a walk.
Yeah, and that's when it's less busy, because when the weekend is kicking in, both of us are extremely busy. And then also when the week is starting, we're also very busy. So our Thursdays,
is our thing. Like we plan to just go and have a good time. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's important. Because when you're starting a relationship, it is very, very obvious you do so many things to please her. It just comes naturally because you're trying to win her. Baby, do you remember how many things I did for you?
That's why I'm actually laughing.
I did so many things, but you see, do you want to say something?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I talk about some of the things you used to do when you're dating and pursuing me?
Yeah, I was pursuing.
He was pursuing me. So I remember this, I think like a month before we got married, Lincoln would come, park, and wait for me to finish up my work. And then I would get into the car and come home. But the whole thing of waiting for me to finish up work, and sometimes I would finish really late, and the guy would just sit there and wait and wait. So I'm thinking, doesn't this guy have things to do? Well, he's one of the busiest guys ever. And he used to burn all this time just waiting for me. So I would come out and he would be waiting for me. So I had to go home together. I thought that was really, really something.
Yeah, and when she came into the car, I'd do my nice music.
You used to open that door.
Did I?
Yes, you used to open the door for me.
Do I still open the door? Yes and no. Sometimes yes, sometimes not really.
If when you plan a hot date.
Yeah, when you plan a hot date,
that
most
brings
definitely.
us to the
Next topic. Yeah.
Dates. Going out
Dates.
on dates.
Yes. Well, very much so.
So dates are very important in relationships. When I talk about dates, it's different from dating. Dates, like when you go out for dinners, lunches. I mean, so imagine telling a lady or being told we're going for a date, please prepare. I mean, the whole preparation thing is very exciting, especially when someone you love wants to take you out to eat or to watch a movie or to, the whole thing of looking for nice clothes, wearing some makeup or going to a makeup artist, putting shoes and jewelry together. I mean, that's the time where I personally put in effort when it comes to self-love, which is very important. I go to a salon, I do my nails, I'm looking forward to a beautiful time. So by the time we are stepping out of the house for a date,
What? I'm just imagining, my baby, I want to take you on a date tomorrow. Man, she's put me in this whole imagination. My mind is thinking and imagining.
That's when you bring out your hot numbers. Hot numbers are those nice dresses.
Hey.
Those things you never wear.
Hot numbers, girls.
Yeah, that's when like you go out, shop for something nice, ask your sisters, I'm going out for a date, what should I wear? I mean, it makes your mind more creative, excited. It's such a beautiful feeling, like being wanted and like him wanting to show me off to other people and sitting and whining and dining. It's a beautiful experience. And just me sitting and waiting to be taken out. Or well, sometimes I'll take him out, but I would like to see him wearing something nice and smelling extra nice. Like when you smell extra nice to go out for a date is not when you smell nice going for hectic work. Yeah.
So you have to have a special perfume for the dates.
Yeah.
So
you love yourself that much. So that helps us to love ourselves more. And when you love yourself more, you actually enjoy things like that, because that's when you put in that extra effort and bring out your best to make your other person happy, but also make yourself happy. Yeah, so dating is very important and it keeps that spark. Like, for example, when you're out, you don't have the children around, you don't have your friends around, it's just you and your loved one. And you're ordering for meals you don't usually have. I mean, if you use the same meal, you can order for something extremely different. So you just have an experience to keep in your mind for a long time. I mean, some people don't think that dating is important. They'll ask, where will I get all that time? The children, I have to supervise the maid, I have to do all these things. But it can be just once in a month for extra busy people, trust me, those once in a while things really, really count. And those are things we look forward to, and those are things that we really remember. Now that COVID is here,
It's even worse, guys, because
it's worse. You can actually do a thing in a garden somewhere, just the two of you. I mean, it was the two of you before everyone else came along. So it's good to have that time together.
I think the whole thing is doing these things and making them a habit. Because what happens is it's very possible to be happy in the first 1 2 years. Then
Yeah.
5 years down the road, the curve starts going down.
Yeah.
And let me tell you guys, it's okay. It's a bit hard to revive things that have gone so down. But once, how do I call it, baby? If you have a bit of consistency, somehow it will not fall on you. Somehow, So we thought about so many things. I mean, for instance, let me just give you a small example. Just yesterday, I came back home and Veve had prepared this whole dinner. It was a very basic dinner. We don't go out much in the nights now. It was a very basic dinner, but she had put candles. She had put candles, and there was some. Then she had put special glasses. Then she had bought Bambi a bottle of wine. Thanks, love.
Welcome.
Bottle of wine.
Spark.
Spark. And Veve's doing this. We've been together for 5 years. Yeah, these are things that you see people doing in the first 1 year when you're very excited over the board and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you can do this 5 years later, that means that you're able to actually do this 10 years later.
Yeah.
And when I come home and see something like this, I'm also excited to do something like that probably next time. So the thing is, it takes a lot of thought and sort of teamwork, observation, and you need to be always excited about your person. I don't know.
Yes.
The excitement just has to keep running.
It has to be.
Veve doesn't. We don't go out much, and even now the going outs have been a bit not very. But she'll do a new hairstyle, No, she'll buy a new dress and wear it for me, and she'll just model in the house. Asking me how does she look and stuff like that. So all that stuff is really, it keeps the relationship exciting. You have some exciting moments.
Yeah.
You feel so happy about this person. They look fresh, they look good, and all those beautiful things.
Yeah. And also, if I might add, some people say, okay, what about the children?
Yeah.
But children actually notice when mommy and daddy are having a good time. And it's something that we should do so that they know that it's normal. So that they don't think it's a very new thing when their own boyfriends and girlfriends start doing it for them. They need to see, oh, daddy and mommy actually do that, and it's very normal for them. And it's beautiful for people who have much older children when they're helping mommy get ready to go out with daddy. I mean, they know, mommy, do this, don't forget to do that. Mommy, you're not smart enough, do this. It's beautiful to see for children to see their parents in love. It's such a beautiful thing. Even when we see our much older parents doing sweet things together, we're like, oh my goodness, old love is beautiful. And also, for families that have children, you just have to let children know, okay, so it's mommy and daddy's time. We are going to do this. Like, okay. So when they get used to the whole fact of when it's mommy and daddy, it's mommy and daddy's time. Or they could go somewhere for a while, and then you could have time alone. It's very important, actually.
And it's very possible.
And it's extremely possible because it's happening for so many people. So
I think the whole point really about the spark is to be very sensitive and to just be willing to do some of these things without giving up. Without giving up, because like we said in our last video, this person right here is your person for life. So I mean, if you don't enjoy the moments with her, then life doesn't make sense. well, according to me, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So that is there's a few things. There's so many things people do to keep a spark.
Yes.
There's so many topics we see online about keeping sparks. Please go check them out. see what people are doing,
Yeah.
try out some of these things. Some of these are new.
Yeah.
Like now traveling has been very limited. Like people living in the country has been so hard. So these amazing big vacations
Yeah.
have reduced. So that means you have to be very, very creative.
Innovative, yes.
Yeah, creative, innovative, yeah, in your little surrounding. Do little dates, text as much as often, compliment as much as possible. Did I mention dates? Date as much as possible. Go for walks, do a movie at home.
At home.
Get
yeah.
like me, I'm really a movie person. Like I'd come home, dim the lights, and tell Veve we're going to watch an amazing movie. She's most what movies do you like, baby? I'm more romantic movies. They sort of speak to me. But adventure. So we'll do a romantic movie this Thursday. Next Thursday we'll do an adventure. We try as much as possible. And what's so interesting is even when I'm going to shop, like for instance, I want to go and visit this mall and buy a shirt. Like for instance, there was a shop that is in town. This just reminded me. It opened at Acacia, and I was so excited to go there. But I was like, I can't enter that shop without Veve. I always want to do things with her because I just feel good that,
especially when it's fast.
Like I'm seeing something. I don't want to see something nice alone. I want to see something nice with Veve. So even up to now, and it's been a long time, but even up to now, I don't want to see. Even when I receive a gift, I want to receive it when Veve is here. So we open it together. Or let's say we've shipped something in and it has come home. I have to wait for her. So we open it together. So it's about the little things, guys.
Yes.
It's not rocket science. It's something that you repeatedly do and eventually becomes a habit and makes your life even more fabulous.
Even more fabulous. The other thing is testifying of how God has been good to you throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a beautiful thing, especially when a husband and a wife talk about how beautiful their day has been, the beautiful things that happened, the miracles, the little miracles that happened. It could be what happened maybe in a child's performance or something. When it comes to romance, it's not only about the sexual part of life. You just need to know what stands out for your partner and center around that. For example, if Lincoln says, today a client was so happy with me and they even recommended me, gave me another job and tipped me very, very heavily, I'll be extremely happy for him. Then we shall plan on where to go with that extra tips.
Now you see why she's always happy.
But anyway, those are beautiful things to share because some partners don't actually know what their other partner has achieved. Those are things you need to celebrate together. We need to keep on celebrating together because those are memories and that's what keeps the spark. I know my person and then they need to know me. So I need to celebrate with them. Yeah.
Wow. Guys, we can talk about spark, excitement, spicing up relationships and all that stuff for days and days. But this is it for now. We thank you guys for being a part of this. This is like a chat. We don't know 100% of all these things, but we are eager to learn. That is one of the reasons we actually did a YouTube channel, because when you're doing YouTube, you actually learn because you research a bit before you share. Then all these things going on. And thanks, guys, for being a part of this testimony. This is our testimony. Linc and Veve is our testimony. You guys have been a great part of it. We'll remind you guys to subscribe. Subscription is actually very important for us and YouTube because every time we upload a new video, you'll get a notification that has come in, and you can come back and share your comments and just share what you guys think about all these videos.
Yeah.
Baby, any goodbyes for our people?
Yes. Don't forget to pray together.
Yeah.
Pray for each other and testify of God's goodness. That's very important for all of us. It keeps the spark that man can't create.
Amen. Thanks, guys, for watching, and see you guys on our next topic.
Yes.
All right.